What's up, YouTube? Brian here with Team D-Boyz Infinity, and today I'm updating one of my decks, my favorite deck actually, and that would be Cosmos. I played it this past weekend at locals. I ended up coming in fifth place. I finished X1. There were a lot of us tied at X1. I ended up being fifth. Overall, the deck performed very well. I started with a pure build, kind of just playing like the standard Cosmo lineup and some staples. I ended up cramming like a 41st and 42nd cards in, and then I ended up adding it up. It came out to be 45 cards when it was all said and done. I think some of the choices I made were right. I tended to play just a lot of staple and good cards because I figure the format's slow enough that some of those cards can have a high impact. And also, the deck was very consistent as well for me, too. I basically just wanted to outpower my opponents and have more power cards and access to stronger cards like the ships and everything, consistency as well. So it was more or less just a brute force 45 good card type of deck, kind of like the old days. So I'll go ahead and hop into the profile. For the monsters, I ran obviously Dark Destroyer, Staple, Dark Eclipser is my other large ship, Forerunner, Landwalker, and then three Slip Rider to round out the ships. Slip Riders needed for back removal. These two also make good dark targets for Allure, but this is also another out to Masterpiece in case that's a problem. For the pilots, I played two Dark Lady. With Desires, you have to play multiple so that you don't banish your one. You don't want to see it, but at the same time, if you need the card, you need it in deck, and so you have to play multiples to protect from that. But then on to the next one, Wicked Witch, two Farm Girl, two Sword Troopers, and two Starmen. The same logic applies with playing two of each. You need the ones in deck. So with Desires, it helps to play more. And then the last pilot is obviously three Tin Can. So that rounds out that. And then the last two monsters were two hand traps in the form of Ghost Ogre and Maxi. Maxi is amazing right now. Ghost Ogre is a pretty good hand trap, but I just play it mainly because it's a teleport target, so you can summon it and use its effect on field, or you can use it as a tuner. So it has versatility. I've run a lot of random synchros as cherries targets, and because of that, I can sometimes make them if I have a teleport for Ghost Ogre, so I figured it's worth playing the card. Onto the spells. The best card in the deck, Triple Cosmo Town. It's a draw card. It's a searcher. It can unbreak your hands. It allows you to recycle. Card's amazing. For the draw spells, three Allure and two Pot of Desires. I didn't need more than that. It was fine all day. And then for the one ofs, Emergency Teleport, one for one, which kind of acted as a second teleport to get to my tin can. Regeki, Dark Hole, and Book of Moon. These are my spell removal package for Masterpiece and other threats that need that type of removal. Onto the traps. Lineup's pretty thin but fairly standard. Three Call the Haunted. I like it because it brings your monsters back in attack mode. That's why I prefer it over back to the front. Two Cosmojo, searchable. Good card, very good trap card. The tech card was two Mirror Force. And I didn't see this through most of the tournament except for the round where it counted. I main decked this as a possible out to dinosaurs. The deck is a lot weaker, but it's become much more of like Conductor Tyranno Turbo. And I only played one dinosaur in the final round, and I ended up drawing this card in two games and winning 2-0 because of it. When they go aggressively to attack with something like Conductor, they leave themselves wide open for board wipes like this. And this also acts as another board wipe in case a Masterpiece is spell and monster immune. So it's very good. And then my last traps, go without saying, is the Solemn Brigade. You have to play these cards, right now at least. So that rounds it out for the traps. Relatively simple. Onto the extra deck. Got our tokens. These were pretty much all Cherries targets. Dragon Buster, Dark Law, Trishula, which you can actually make with a Ghost Ogre and like a Sword Troopers that has a monster set of engraved, so that's kind of cool. Crystal Wing, Beals, which you can summon off of Cherries. Omega is very good as well, and you can make it. You can make this with Wicked Witch and one of the 4s, or one of the level 3 tuners. It's actually fairly disgusting, but it's also another Cherries target as well. Nova and Infinity, and Volca and Gaia. I think these were probably the only cards I went into in the entire extra deck, I want to say. Yeah, these were the only cards I made. I made this card once to close out a game, and I made this card twice to go for a game. So this was pretty much all that came up. Most of this other stuff didn't come up. But you have the room, so you might as well play it anyway. So for the rank 3s, I played Levier, Break Sword, Grand Pulse, and Nightmare Shark in case it came up for time. So that rounds it out for the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Leave any suggestions, questions you have about the deck. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already.